Rabbi, sorry, I think there's an audio problem.
Here we go. Here we go. Good evening, everybody, for this Erev Shabbat, Erev Sukkot. In a few moments, we're going to be starting our Kabbalat Shabbat services and Erev Shabbat for Chag HaSukkot. Now, before we do that, I've made a video earlier today to show you how to do the Ntilat Lulav alachot properly. But as I explained to you earlier, there is this special mitzvah you have to do before the Shabbat come in, called the Igud of the Lulav. And I wanted to take a moment and show it to you so that you know how to do it, you know what to do, and you know how to properly to prepare the Lulav. So quickly, few things that I want to talk about is not just the bracha itself that you have to make, but the idea of binding four species, 4-letter of God name, those representing also the unification of all of Israel. Don't start Sukkot without doing the binding properly. So here's the bracha. Let's look at the bracha together. First and foremost, the bracha go like that. Baruch, Yehi ratzon milefanecha. May it be the will before you. Adonai Elohai ve'Elohei Avotai, my God and God of my fathers, שהתקשרו על ידי אוגדת לולב, that is the binding of the לולב, זו הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, the might, the גבורה, the power, the splendor, the eternity, all of those things, those represent the different sphirot, the different manifestation and animation of Hashem, okay, in heaven as it is in earth. We are asking to bind heaven and earth together. Lecha Adonai HaMamlacha ve'al yedei gimel hadasim, by the three myrtles, okay, that represent the three fathers, Avraham, Itzhak, and Yaakov, and the two aravot, the two willows that represent Moses and Aaron, and Lulav and Etrog represent Yosef and David. May your name, Yod Hei Vav Hei, will be bound together. So let me explain this to you. I'm going to put the bracha fully for you in the text. If you see here, we have 4 species before us. We have here 3 hadassim, okay, 3 hadassim representing Avraham, Itzhak, and Yaakov. We also have 2 aravot, 2 willows representing, as we just learned it, Aaron and Moses. And then we have the lulav represent Mashiach ben David. If you look at me, you notice that it's resemble, if I hold it like this, it's resemble a sword. Now, it's very important not to put things on the barren side, but to do it on the green side, to all Ntilat Lulav taking place on the green side. This is very important to understand. So that's represent Mashiach ben David, and the etrog represent Mashiach ben Yosef. Okay, so the idea here is we bind all of this together. Let me show you quickly how to do it. You recite the blessing I've given you, then you do the following. If you look with me, you take the Lulav in the middle, which is very interesting, represent Mashiach ben David. You take 1 Adas to the left. This is the Shitat Sfaradim. 1 to the right, and you put 1 on top of the greenery. Literally, kind of almost cover it. Why? It is to be bound together. And then you take Moshe. This is the 3 fathers, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. And then you take Aaron and Moses, and you bind them together. Now, you see I have here ties that came with it. If you do not have a handy ties like this, find one of those zip ties, okay? But make sure you make 3 ties, because these have to be bound together properly. And it have to be, if you use this, it have to be 2 knots. So you do 1 knot, and then you do 2 knots. For the sake of time, I will not do the other bounds, but I think you do understand that you will have to do 1 more and 1 more. At this point, this is now bound together, and we are ready for Netilat Lulav again. The green is facing us. So if you look in this angle now, remember, switch the angle, thank you. This is held on the right side. This is always on the left side. Now, you do not touch this. You don't even bring it closer. You can have your hands on it, and long as normal, and you do the bracha. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על נטילת לולב. Amen. In the first day you add ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen. Amen. Now, at this point, friends, we are almost ready to start the brachot. But what you do now is, if you have anything on your left hand, like a band-aid or something, don't take it off. Flip the etrog, bind it together, and now you are ready to start the brachot. The brachot is based on Psalm 136, Odu Adonai ki tov, ki leolam chasdo. And remember that in the name Adonai, you do not shake. Now, you start according to the Arizal to the south. Green is facing you. You bind them together, upside down, and you say, Odu. 1, 2, 3. Aim to your heart. Lulav, lo lev. E as a heart. You want a new heart. You want the heart of Israel. Odu. 1, 2, 3. That is going to the south. Okay. So the first thing you do south, and you say Odu. Now, when you say Le Adonai, friends, when we say Adonai, we do not shake. There is no shaking in Adonai. This is very important to remember that. Now, the next one, again, Psalm 136, give thanks to the Lord. He is good. His mercy endures forever. Remember this. Now we continue to the north, which is this way. Ki. L'Adonai, we're saying ki. Again, this have to remain bound at all the time, okay? Ki, Odu L'Adonai, now ki. 1, 2, 3 to the north. So now you have said it, you keep them bound, okay? And now you go to the Mizrach. Tov, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you go downward. Tov, 1, 2, 3. And now you say, in the next one, you go upwards, okay? Number 5, Tov, Leolam. And now you also have less to do the last one, which is Ma'arav. So again, let me illustrate this to you from beginning to end, so you have it. You start with this Odu, 2, 3, L'Adonai, Ki. Now you go number 3. I don't want to. It's a little tricky, you know. Don't make a mistake in this. Darom, Tzafon, Mizrach. Odu L'Adonai. Again, let's do it again. Odu, and this have to be very, very accurate. You don't want to miss it because it's aimed at the different sfirot of Hashem, the manifestation. Odu, 3, L'Adonai, Ki, 2, 3. Now you say Ki, Mizrach, Tov, down, 2, 3. Le'olam, 1, 2, 3. Chasdo, 1, 2, 3. Adonai, you don't mention. South, north, east, up, down, and west. This is the correct order. And then you take this, you kiss it, and you put back the etrog. The etrog in its case. Don't eat it, God forbid. Remember, do netilat yadayim before and keep this bound. If you want this to last, put it in the refrigerator. Now, I need to warn you, this cannot be loose and this cannot have a broken tip. If it's have a broken tip, this is unkosher completely. I want to remind you, no netilat lulav until Sunday morning. That's number one, as a reminder. And then also, I want to remind you that when we do the netilat lulav, we have to point it straight from the heart. And this is important. The green facing you, straight from the heart forward. So this is maybe a little bit more than 5 minutes, but not so hard, not so difficult. South, north, east, up, down, and then you're doing west, okay? And on Sunday, I will teach you. There's a little bit more we'll learn together, but this is the basic on how to do things properly. You have questions, let me know. Just send a message. God bless you. Shabbat shalom, everybody. We'll see you tonight and Shabbat morning.